Today's pick a card reading is for what is coming up for you in the month of March. We'll see kind of what's going on in your love life and potentially your career and other things in your life. So take a moment to choose which deck you feel the most drawn towards, and then we'll get started. All right, so this is for deck number 1. Move these aside. So we'll see what we start with here. Okay, so we have 9 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles, and the Star. Okay, so looking at these first, it looks like in March, you might kind of start the month just feeling not very good about things. Like you might be kind of in a depressive state, you might not be sleeping very well. This might be something that's going on now and might continue on into early March. But by the other cards here, it looks like this is just going to be a short little while where you might have a night or two of insomnia, or things are just looping in your head and it's really hard to make it stop. But things are going to feel lighter in a little bit. So even though it can be really hard when you feel like this for a few days, always know that it is temporary. And then we have the 7 of Pentacles. So this one is showing that you are going to be making progress in the things you're working towards. And this is a time to actually reflect on some of the progress you have been making. And this will also help you get out of any negative emotions when you really do appreciate how far you've come. So this is a big moment to really look back on how far you've come, all the things you've had to overcome to get to this point. Even if you're not where you want to be, there's still a long road ahead. Like you're doing super well and you're so much further than you could have even imagined, like even a few years ago. So this is, yeah, a time to really reflect and be like, oh, like there are things working out. There are things happening in my favor. So, and that'll also just help you feel like more motivated to continue what you're doing and working on the things you want to work on. And yeah, you're going to get out of like a negative headspace that you may be in now or at the beginning of the month. That's going to fade. And yeah. And then especially with the Star here, this shows basically wishes coming true. The Star is very much a wish fulfillment card. So the things you are working on are going to pay off. You just have to be patient. And this also kind of indicates this is a good time for manifestation, really focusing on those things that you want, because you have this energy where you're going to be attracting those things, whether it's people or success in some sort of career. This is the time where that is, it's just meant for you and you're attracting it. Okay, what else do we have? Okay, we have Release Your Ex and Worth Waiting For. This one says, release your ex, the time has come to clear your energy. So this could be part of some negative energy that you have in the beginning of the month. Like there might be an ex on your mind. You might be looping through these like horrible times you may have had together. For some reason, this person's just stuck in your head a bit. So it's time to really let that go. And it says, time to clear your energy. That is your past. You're no longer in that. You can move forward. So I think it's just acknowledging like, yeah, there's some negative feelings there, most likely. Not for everyone, but for a good amount. And you can just move past, like live in the now and move forward. And that brings you to this card, Worth Waiting For. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So yeah, if you're not already with uh, with someone, like in a relationship or found your partner, there's someone in the works, is what this card is indicating, that it's worth waiting for the right person, like not jumping into something. So if you are going on dates or have different opportunities, meeting people, it is good to take your time, go on dates, really get to know the person, don't jump into anything, because often the best relationships are worth waiting for. They're worth being patient, putting in the time, going slow. And yeah, if there's someone like on your mind that's maybe not quite available, like just hold on, just wait a bit. There's something definitely worth waiting for. And there's an element of divine timing here. So it's really about timing. Okay, last card we have is confusion. So I think that definitely goes with the Nine of Swords here, especially at the beginning of the month. You may feel confused, especially if thoughts of exes and some negative things are just swirling in your head. You might be a bit confused on like what you want to do, but I think that's just a temporary feeling. You're going to get more clarity, especially once you start reflecting on like how far you've come, all the experience you've gained throughout your life, through your jobs, through your relationships, and your wishes, the things you're wanting and maybe have been wanting for a long time are starting to come true. And there's, yeah, this divine timing element to it. So that is all I have for you for what's coming up in March. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please subscribe, and I'll see you again later. Bye. Okay, so this is for those that chose deck number 2. This is your reading for March. What's coming up in your love life and your career. So let's see. Okay, we've got 8 of Swords, 6 of Pentacles, and 9 of Pentacles. Okay. Just so you can see it. So we'll start with these 3. So beginning of the month, we have 8 of Swords. You might feel like you can't really tell what's going to happen. You're maybe like, feel like you just can't see what's coming up in the future. Like you might have too many choices and you can't decide. So that's something, it looks like you're going to get through that. It's just going to be a temporary feeling. Now we're at the beginning of March, just feeling like there's so many different things you could do, and it's really hard to make a decision right now. So if that is how you're feeling, definitely like make some pros and cons lists. I'm trying to think what else. Just, yeah, do some self-reflection, see how you're feeling about all these different options potentially. This could be options in your career path, and which direction you want to put your energy in. It could be some confusion about your romantic life. Maybe there's a couple people that you're interested in or flirting with you, and you're not really sure like who would actually be the best fit. So it's about just having some time for some inner reflection and taking your time with some decisions. You don't have to make a snap decision. Like things will work out as they should. So yeah, this will be just a temporary feeling at the beginning of the month when you might be a bit unsure about certain decisions, but once you really weigh what you feel is best for you, it'll just become more clear. And then we have, so 6 of Pentacles is very much a giving card. There's lots of giving and receiving here. So you may be getting gifts from someone, and you may be giving gifts to someone. There's some give and take here, or sharing. There might be someone you want to work with or have a partnership with, like in your creative pursuits or job, but also maybe romantically. But it seems like there's going to be people that just want to help you and want to help you with your dreams and goals. There are people like silently supporting you. There is yeah, just this element of support, which I feel like you're most likely a giving person, but there's also those people in your life that want to help as well. And then we have Nine of Pentacles. So this is very much finding and reaching a point of success, a point of some financial stability, and just really clear, good direction, and just, yeah, going in a great direction as far as your wealth, career, finances. You might be able to feel like you can finally relax because you may have been kind of stressed about just finances and your stability for quite some time. So in March, you're going to feel more stability in general. You're going to have more peace and contentment with that, and just good feelings about what's to come. And yeah, it is very much a success type card. Okay, onto the love cards. We have love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So you may have had a pattern in the past where you're not paying attention to yourself, you're just caring about what other people want, and you're not really asking yourself, is this what I want? Or you may be just doing too much for others, not taking care of yourself, not getting enough sleep, running behind on like your chores and different things just because like you want to help other people, you want others to be happy, but this is really, yeah, a time to take that time for yourself and maybe pull back a bit. Don't worry about others as much and really focus on what you can give yourself. And then we have free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life, which has a very similar theme to that other card, is refocusing your life on yourself. What do you want? How do you want to spend your time? Not what do others want you to do? What do you think others feel you should do, or what you think you should do? It's really like flipping around, being like, what do you want? And it'll feel more free when you start fully living for yourself and not for others or the idea of what others want you to be doing. So it's, yeah, very much looking at what you want for yourself in this one. And same with, and that because these are more relationship cards, it really is a big thing in relationships, whether you're in a relationship or dating or just looking, maybe like keeping that focus on yourself, making sure who you're with is making you happy. You're not only making them happy, but they're also making you happy. And just really keeping that in mind, because I know a lot of people can lose sight of that, just start ignoring how they feel. But how you feel is very important. So just paying attention to that is going to help you strengthen your relationships. You're not going to be ignoring your wants and needs, and also attract the right person into your life when you are respecting yourself and giving time and love to yourself. And last card we have, go within. So that really works with a lot of this, just especially initially, to get yourself out of like confusion or not really sure what you're doing. You need to have that time of just self-reflection, going within yourself, really asking yourself, what do I want? And that's going to really help propel you in the right direction in your career, your passions, and also your love life. So that's all I have for you for the month of March. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Okay, bye. Alright, so this is for those who chose deck number 3. We'll get into your reading. Start with the first 3 cards here. So we have the Hierophant, the 3 of Wands, and 2 of Cups. Okay, so beginning in March, we have Hierophant. So this has a lot of self-reflection and just going inward and really listening to your intuition. So if there's a few different choices, you're unsure about certain people, it's really about listening to your gut feelings and how someone makes you feel when you're around them, or if this has to do with the job, how do you feel every day after accomplishing a full day of work? Or it's really, yeah, just so much inner reflection there to really figure out certain things that may be weighing on you. So yeah, there is really trying to tap into your intuition, and that can be hard to do. Sometimes it is helpful to try meditating or doing something that just calms you down. That can help just bring you clarity. So I know for some people, just going for a walk by themselves in nature can really just clear your head and help you realize what it is that you want to do and how you're really feeling about something. Because a lot of the time, if we're really busy, everything's go, 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 you don't have a moment to think, how do I feel about this? How is this making me feel? How does this interaction make me feel, or this person? So that's what's going on in the beginning of March for you. And then we have Three of Wands. So it seems like this is a time where you're really choosing a direction for passion. You may have been teetering on a few ideas or directions that you want to go with your life, but this is a time that you're going to really choose something and start working on it. Yeah, and I think that really goes with the beginning of the month. Having that time for inner reflection is going to help you choose what it is that you truly want to pursue, because I feel like you're someone that is good at a lot of different things, but it really does help to narrow in on one thing in particular that you feel you could do long term. So yeah, this definitely has to do with like career or your passions, something that you're working on. You're going to have more clarity. And then we have Two of Cups, and this is definitely some sort of partnership. So if you're not already with someone, you may be meeting someone that you connect with emotionally quite deeply. And then if you are with someone in March, your emotional connection is just going to deepen even further. You're going to feel very connected. It's a good time to share your most like inner feelings and emotions, because this is someone that's going to be like-minded. You're going to be on a similar wavelength. So whether you're in a relationship or maybe starting something new, there is really good just emotional connection from this card in this energy. So I think that's really great. What else? So we have finances and career. This one says financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So this isn't always for everyone, but yeah, they could be for a few people where it could be a weird point in a relationship where you haven't talked about finances, or you're maybe avoided it. So it's something to talk openly about and try to resolve those issues or worries that you have, especially if you have different spending habits and stuff like that. So yeah, it's good to really face that head on. It can be difficult to bring up, but you want your finances to be not a secret with either person. So yeah, just getting that out of the way can really help just strengthen your relationship. And it's not something that will be a big issue as long as you just talk about it openly. And we have healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So for a good amount of you, there may be some past trauma and different things in your childhood that have affected you throughout your life, like growing up and into adulthood, potentially, that it can still weigh on you and affect you in different ways. And this is something that I feel you're becoming more and more aware of. And you don't want to hold on to anger of maybe different negative things that happened in the past, especially with parents and family. You don't want that holding you back anymore. You don't want to hold on to that negative energy that they may have projected onto you. That is not yours to hold. That is their thing, their issue, and you have your own energy and you can protect that. You don't need to have things from the past still haunting you. That's easier said than done, I know, but it's just really reflecting on that and forgiving in a way, not so much for them, but for you to be able to move on from these things and not be held back by them, because you don't, yeah, you just don't want these negative things from situations and people holding you back anymore. You don't want to be waking up sad or angry because of these things that happen. It's much nicer if you wake up happy and energized because what's going on in your life now is great. And hopefully now you can see like certain treatment in the past, like you just can't and won't allow in the present. So that's definitely a bit of a deep one there. It's not for everyone, but I feel there's a good amount of people that can relate to that. And it's good to, like, yeah, just be working on forgiving and kind of letting go of the past. Even though these things shape us and have taught us a lot of lessons, it's good just for our personal peace to let it go in a way. Okay. And we have the last card here is grounded. So I feel after all of that, especially so much inner work in March, you're going to feel so much more grounded in who you are, where you're going in life, your relationships. There's just, yeah, a really good grounded energy here, potentially a really emotional but grounded connection where it's just there's a really good amount of safety there, which you may have not felt much before in previous connections and relationships, but there's grounded energy and connection. So I really feel it'll be a good month. So that's all I have for you for what's going on in the month of March. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the reading. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.